in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners' participation program.
Talk today.
What is on your mind, Cayman? If you are ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Here's your host, Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
And looking forward to having you part of a discussion. We start things off with our friends from the Cayman Arts Festival. Something interesting is going to be transpiring. You want to know what it is? Well, join us. Stay tuned for Talk Today.
Avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Email Talk Today at candw.ky. Let your voice be heard. And now, back to Sterling Dwayne Ebanks, Radio Cayman Talk Today.
Hey, welcome back and thanks for joining us. And always a pleasure and a privilege to sit and facilitate as I laugh and enjoy, learn and hopefully feel the love. Well, music is in the air, they say. So, to the Cayman Arts Festival, Marius, hey, thanks again for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting us.
Well,
second week of the festival. So,
how's it going so far?
Well, it's good. It went really well. We had 3 events, 1 sold out, 2 close to sold out. Everybody was really happy. A lot of people coming, supporting us. So thank you so much. Now we breathe a bit, 1-2 days, and waiting the next wave of performers to come on island, and then we have some of them next to us from here. They don't need to come from anywhere. They're here with us.
The journey may not be far, but destination is worth it, and I appreciate that as we welcome Benil Miller into the discussion. And I think back to official and public, our last discussion, the African concert series, and then Benil, for me, having had the opportunity to speak with you personally, in your other capacity as well, what you did before, you do what you do that you love, and now to have interviewed you, but to watch you perform as well. There's something about music. There's something about the drum. There's something about connectivity across continents. The African concert series sort of reminds us of the origins of life and music, and that resonate and beat the drum, not unlike the heart. But to you, man, it sort of, I'm intrigued to ask, but I want to hear first from you, being a part of what your new venture is, and that sort of reggae. I don't want to say philharmonic almost.
That's the future.
We'll get there, man. I know your vision. Tell us about it. I mean, tell us about the journey so far and this new outing as it is for you musically.
Yeah. So in 2014, I did my first album. That was my first time dabbling with singing, and then in 2015 was my last year of college, and someone said to me, you need to promote this project. You can't release an album and not perform it live.
Yeah.
So I put together a group called Benil and his Reggae Orchestra in my last, one of my last semesters in college. And it was a big group. It's not an actual orchestra, but that's why I say a reggae orchestra.
Sounds good.
So it's it's a large ensemble. And as I told someone else, it's normally you get like a 4-piece band or a 5-piece band, but I said, nah, you got to think of it like KFC. It's like a bucket. It's a 15-piece, a 21-piece. And,
a ground basket, man.
Yeah. So there's a lot of music for everybody to share and enjoy.
What's that song? I'm the whole basket.
Yeah.
I'll be careful, I don't mess someone up. But you're right, and it's not the cornucopia, it's not the buffet, it's not, the idea that music, and for some reason, I look back to our music, I look at Glenn and Anger's, my view, in my mind, the steel pan, the steel drum is a phenomenal creation, and not because it's that thing that's the first musical instrument, of the 20th century, and we're in the 21st now. But it resonates across all genres. And for Glenn to take it and have it rededicated in a classical form, you didn't think it was possible. You see it being what it is because of how it was presented. Very much like reggae, reggae and classical music. It's incredible.
Yeah, music is a universal language, so you find that it can be a melting pot if you explore it enough,
Yeah.
And with the show I'm doing on Saturday, it's a blend between reggae and jazz, and I'm paying homage to not only my music, but everything on the show will be Cayman music.
Yeah.
I tried to do that deliberately, and
thank you.
Yeah, so people who haven't heard their own music presented before, they will hear it on Saturday, and in a great format.
Yeah. And certainly Marius will bring in, but for me, I love music. I struggle, and this is probably to the chagrin of some closest to me, with what they term heavy metal. I really struggle with that, because two cats with, two trash can covers could sound better, right? But that's just me. Other people love it, right? To watch the riffs or the guitar pieces, amazing. But that screaming, shouting, whatever else goes on, I can't embrace it. But that's me. But then there are some pieces that are considered heavy metal, soft metal, and man, the lyrics, the melody, the whole presentation, it's empowering. So music is that thing that embraces you, and it has no need for permission to enter your soul.
Yeah, I mean, it's conveying an emotion. So so I mean, sometimes it's not for you, but for someone else, it does something for them. Yeah. I don't know what, but once the artists or the musicians convey that emotion to the people they're set out to do it to me, that's all that truly matters.
We cannot go that far. I mean, I remember before communism, in my country, I hardly knew about reggae, because we were not having access to this type of music. And for me, reggae music, it was UB40. That's it, full stop. And I had a cassette, I don't know how, with the Inner Circle.
Okay, yeah.
So I knew it. And when I came here and I started singing a few of those songs, it's like, wow, how do you know these guys?
All right.
But nothing else. So the same, you build up your knowledge, the music knowledge. We had we were talking before going to live about John Weber that was here on Sunday. He's a jazz encyclopedia. So you just have to mention a name, and he's like Wikipedia. It's telling about that person, as you will be amazed. And you build up on this, you learn this type of things. The same how now I learn about Benil's music and other people's music, so you have a chance to come to see this type of things.
Let's invite the audience to learn more, to be a part of it. Let's take a schedule break, though. When we come back, we can talk about, because we learn a lot through music, and music can be not just a teaching tool, but a grounding element. All right, join us after the break.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
The Cayman Islands Fire Service will be commencing comprehensive fire safety inspections across all public occupancy buildings. These inspections are in accordance with the Fire Safety Code and are critical in maintaining a safe environment. We appreciate the cooperation of all business owners, property managers, and the general public in this important initiative. Together, we can prevent fire-related incidents and enhance the overall safety of our community. For more information on the Fire Safety Code and what to expect during the inspections, please contact the Cayman Islands Fire Service Fire Prevention Unit at 949-2499 or email us at firesafetyinspections@gov.ky.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter will be taking appointments February 22nd to the 28th at his Crew Road Clinic. Appointment slots are limited whether you're seeking advanced skin care, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles. Dr. Wayne Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email Dr. Porter Cayman at gmail.com. That's drportercayman@gmail.com. Call 946-9020 to book your appointment today. That's 946-9020. Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Hey, welcome back. And thanks for joining us. And as we head up to the headlines at 1, we try to keep on schedule. Thank you for enduring our little technical issues earlier. Hey, this is why technology is a wonderful servant, but never let it, be your master. And to Marius from the Cayman Arts Festival, to Benil Miller. Music is that thing that, as Benil reminded us, Marius, we all know, it's universal.
True.
It draws us together, and not to get distracted, but based on what Benil just said, how reggae music, orchestra music, whether it's classical music, can overlap and interact. There's a Chris Stapleton song, I Think I'm in Love with You. It's supposed to be country. Have you guys heard it?
No.
I'm now going to hopefully cause people now, because sometimes you say something and then it changes their perception. If you don't agree, if you don't know it, listen to it. This song is anything but country. Man, that's the closest thing to soul. Not sure I like the video, but the way I say that is that you can take a singer. Elvis is probably one of the best ones. From his gospel to whatever he did with whatever he did it. Man, legendary, right? But music, Marius. Music, for those of us who can't play, can always enjoy.
Yes, that's true.
And we're glad that we got people like Benil who, is it 100 instruments you play now?
I think it was 101.
One now? Oh, well, I hadn't seen you. See, I hadn't seen you since yesterday. So one more. But phenomenal gifting, right? And it shows us what we can do. The reggae, let me go back to your reggae orchestra. You know, I think it's 12 of you? I was trying to count. It's a fair number, right?
I should know this number.
Me too.
I think it's 14 or 15 in the group.
Okay.
14.
14. I said 12, not bad. Baker's dozen plus 2. 12 plus, 14 of you.
Yes.
It's interesting. I was checking here, and among them, maybe not 100%, but some reasonable amount of time they spent in our after-school program. Or they were somehow involved with Cayman Arts Festival. I see Cameron Gilson here. I see Chambria Del House. Jordan Bennett, yes. So there are 3-4 in this.
Christopher Seymour is there, man. Yeah.
It's coming. It's a wave of young musicians that I tell everybody, expect one day, I don't know, politicians, management of the island, expect one day to knock on your door, these kids that they now learn instruments, to ask for certain type of jobs. They build a new industry that I don't know how well was developed in the past, but they come with new ideas and they force us to move to some directions that we didn't think. I mean, Cayman Arts Festival started after school program with cello and violins. That's it. And look now, it's jazz, it's music production, it's brass, it's whatever, name it.
Basically,
and this is forced by the students. They came to us. I want to do that.
Yeah, but this is it, man. And before started this performance, right? I have a inkling of what will be. I have an expectation of what it is. But I also have this constant appreciation for this investment at the time. For the listeners, what do you share with them if they're not sure what they're going to get, if they have any preconceived notions? Put us on a path. What is it going to be like?
My aim, honestly, is to present Cayman's music in a way that people have never seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's normally presented in such a such a format. It's normally smaller groups.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for people to come check it out and hear this music that kind of way and see what excellence can look like and what it looks like.
Are you willing to share some of the songs that you want to perform, or you want that to be a surprise?
If you've ever been to one of my shows, because I play in a band called Queer, and it's young, youthful, and full of energy, and so there'll be a lot of jumping and excitement and a lot of musicality.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can take away anything from it, from watching it, is just seeing all the songs being presented that are from Cayman. And I was saying it to you earlier, we'll also be doing a Old Cayman Moon, which is a song written by Dwayne Ebanks, which, upon my research, I realized how much, he was a part of Cayman's community, being a politician, boxer, like all these different things. And I was like, okay, wow. Yeah. And then I think I read that he brought Muhammad Ali here. And I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't even know he came here, so.
That was a good day. Me and my brother got, that was a good day.
So I'm trying to just do music from Cayman and present it in the best way possible.
And I thank you for that. And I'm hoping that more than ever, right? And this is, Marius, in a sense, you talk about the evolution of the Arts Festival, just in the word arts, but also festival. But the arts encompasses almost all. And when we look at education, the humanities, and the arts, when we look at the Arts Festival, it's gone from what people would have probably been expected to have as an expectation. Oh, it's classical music, and only classical music like this. The African Concert Series reminds us BBC has a number of wonderful programs, not just identifying, but perhaps introducing African music to the world, across the continent. How I interpret that into the Cayman context with Benil, the richness of the Cayman folk songs, not the Caribbean, not other places, just the Cayman folk songs. The prolific sort of writings of Mr. Dalmine and his recordings, the unsung, unassuming nature of who he was speaks to what Cayman is, because nobody's banging gongs, and only if you consciously look for what is, you realize the richness of the fabric. So his songs speak to what was, but also are prophetic, yet they don't get the play. So beneath with this, whether it's a venture into the folk songs and the partnership with the folk singers, we have a chance as a community now to get a preview. And maybe Saturday, Myers. How do we get tickets? Where do we come?
The tickets are at CaymanArtsFestival.com, our website. They are $40 US or $15 US if you are a student. We have, talking about community and events, we focus more on Benil and his concert. But before Benil concert, we have 2 other concerts. One on Thursday at John Gray High School with another Caymanian musician, the cellist Declan Smith. And also on Friday, another huge brick on the music in Cayman, gospel music. At First Baptist Church with Mardo Lizer singers and First Baptist Church choir. So you have 3 choices still to explore the music and to understand. We're talking about rock. Now we focus on classic, gospel, reggae and jazz. Come to see one, and this will equip your mind with more good thoughts.
Music,
when it's music, let's focus on the right. It's good music and bad music, like in every. We think that we bring good music here. So in 21 years, I think we confirm that we are adults now in music, and we can bring good quality on Cayman culture.
Well, I appreciate this partnership to our sales exec, Ray. Always happens to facilitate. Benil, to you, to all of our performers, whether they're international returning visitors or whether they're first time, but to you and many who are part of the fabric, thanks for that consistency. I think you'll join me in recognizing Sheen and Sean over the high tide, that consistent. I don't want to say for the decades, because they're not as young as they look. They're not as youthful as they,
But I must also add, Sean was the one who introduced me to Old Cayman Moon.
Yeah.
So it's great talking to musicians.
Speaking of old people, right?
I don't know. Say I'll leave it to you to say he old, but he always has time to tell me a bit about the history and where it's coming from, and I hope to bring it forward too.
Yeah, man, you keep it up, and we'll have more conversations with you. I appreciate Joel for always, sharing and how he regards you, and so we'll join you in the seat. Myers, thanks for all the times they come on. We got a few more discussions with you, so you'll be hosting it hopefully soon.
Yeah, yes, soon I will get that chair for a few shows.
That's that song, soon and very soon. You know that song, Revenue? Like we were forced to go when we wanted to. Soon and very soon. But thank you all very much, and thanks again for allowing us to share music through you, and talk to you very soon.
Absolutely.
That discussion of music continues, whether it's through that festival or whether they perform in their churches. You see why music has need not permission to enter our minds, but as Maya said, let it be positive. Join us after the break.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
I'm April Cummings with your latest news. With 92 motor vehicle collision reports in the past week alone, the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service says people need to slow down, pay attention while driving, and never drink and drive. Officers say most of the collisions were damage only, but there were 5 DUI arrests. In international headlines, a teacher has fatally stabbed an 8-year-old girl at an elementary school in South Korea. Police say the female teacher, who is in her 40s, confessed to stabbing the student in the central city of Daejeon. The girl was found on the second floor of a school building on Monday and pronounced dead at the hospital. The teacher was found beside her with stab wounds that police say may have been self-inflicted. The chief executive of ChatGPT owner OpenAI says it's not for sale after a $97.4 billion takeover bid from a consortium of investors led by Elon Musk. Sam Altman, who co-founded OpenAI with Musk before a public falling out led to Musk's departure, was speaking at the AI Action Summit in Paris. An attorney for Elon Musk confirmed that Musk had submitted the bid for all OpenAI's assets to its board on Monday. Earlier, in response to the move, Altman posted on Musk's social media platform X, "No thank you, but we will buy Twitter for $9.74 billion if you want." Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter. Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Born in Watering Place, Cayman-Brac, on the 8th day of July, 1936, Captain Fred Elman Scott was the fifth child born to Nalio and Vera Scott. Captain Scott worked the seas for over 52 years, a career which saw him span the global currents. In 1953, he joined his first ship, the Beretta, a local cargo vessel, signing on as deck boy, working his way up to bosun. In 1955, he joined National Bulk Carriers, working his way up to able-bodied seaman. In 1959, he signed on the Ore Meteor to go to Marine School in New York, attaining a third mate's license. He joined the Bulk Petrel as third officer, where during one voyage he was solely responsible for using Morse lamp signaling to save a sister ship which had run aground. He continued to flourish and attained second mate, chief mate, master mariner, and radio operator licenses. In October of 1969, he took a job on oil exploration ships as a captain in Brazil. Captain Scott would later move from Brazil, where he spent the next 20 years piloting cruise ships and tankers in Grand Cayman.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your Sister Islands, the ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom, the land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your Sister Islands.
Discover all that our Sister Islands have to offer.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Hey, welcome back, and it's an honor to be able to showcase and celebrate, help people to promote, but also to invite and include all of us as a community in our musical celebration. So if you are able to take a few minutes and join, I won't say from the youth to the young in heart. Well, we got them around the table, but to the good lady, it's always a pleasure, Miss Order, to welcome you. Always a pleasure. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm very well, thank you. And thank you and Radio Cayman for having us here to talk a little bit about another evening of music at John Gray Memorial Church, West Bay. It's coming up on the 16th. That's Sunday, just a few days from now, 6:30 in the evening. And it has basically the same format as the previous evenings of music. This is our 5th one, and we would like the public to come, join in, celebrate music. We have a theme this time. It's love. And our minister, Reverend Rohan, will be speaking about, we'll explore love in the 4 areas of human life. It's become interesting. Love of family, love of friends, love between couples, and love of God. And I think immediately following that, you will have 90 minutes of continuous music from some of the most accomplished musicians on the island. I can mention a few of those names later.
But I know we were honored to be able to look across and recognize, from all. And before we ask, Steve Jr. to join us, I think it's great to be able to go from the fantastic lady in the room to the amazing gentleman in a form of, I don't know. I almost feel like I should be asking for an autograph, but Hey, I'm in the zone, the Phoenix zone. Good to have you in the studio again, Phoenix. How is things, man?
Pretty good.
Skip on, man. Pretty good, huh? You got my age, you can even be better. I just promise you. You are going to be part of the lineup and the production. Thanks for the teachers for allowing you to step away from class. I know you miss it so much and you don't want to be here for long, but what is it going to be like? You've performed before. You're in front of audiences constantly. In your own right, you're an ambassador and a celebrity, but tell us what this, coming Sunday's sort of, production and performance and participating with the rest of them. It's like for you, man.
So, thank you, Mr. Dwayne, for having me again, and thank you to Miss Aura for inviting me. But I'm going to be performing my first original song, Greener Grass, and since the theme is about love, it's about loving yourself and focusing on what you got to do. But yeah, I'm very grateful and I'm very excited for this opportunity.
And what's interesting is that you can't love others if you truly don't love yourself. And it's not about, being so in love with one that you ignore others. It's about appreciating who you are. I remember one of our first times that you were on with us and you did, I think we had the honor of having a debut of some of your original music. And what does that mean for you? That you're composing, but you get a chance to perform. Many of us will write, but only in our heads. We'll put pen to paper, literally, but we never produce it for others to really see it. You've done it all, man. You're helping us to share. So thank you. It's inspiring. Love, though. I mean, Friday is Valentine's Day in a sense, and there is the amorous love. There is the agape love, and for some, there is no love because they seek no joy. From your vast years of experience.
Vast years.
What is love, man? What is love? What's love to you? And don't mean to be like Tina Turner, what's love got to do with it? Because it's everything.
I never really thought about this, but I think love is like when you're really connected to something over like a period of time and you're really attached to it. And that to me means love.
That connectivity, that respect, that appreciation. That
not in a bad way. Not a bad way.
No. I'm with you, man. You and I are youthful, like, Miss Orr talked about that young, enthusiastic energy. She was speaking about young people like us, right?
Like us.
Hey, I know your dad, okay? But that's what love is. And the reason why I say that is that I like how you said it's about that all-encompassing love, that love that you have in like your song, Greener Grass. I mean, you want to share with us? I know you got to get back to school, and I enjoy always being able to benefit from people who bring that perspective that we may wish we have, had once, or wish we had the courage. You have it, and that youthfulness needs to be embraced. So, what is Greener Grass? What's that song about?
So, I kind of use it as like focusing on yourself, because when you focus on others, you most likely will start to get, or for me at least, I would get like a little bit angry, like why can't I do this, why can't I do that? And that also links to loving yourself. So that is the main theme of the song.
Yeah. Mr. Loxler, sir.
Phoenix, can you just give us maybe 4 lines of your love song?
Okay. Sing it?
Well, sing it, yeah. You can sing it. You can do it a cappella.
The grass ain't greener on the other side. It's just the same, so don't you cry. Choose some gratitude, don't get an attitude. Focus on you and water your grass.
Wow.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, we're
Really
very happy to have you perform Sunday evening.
Of course, you're going to have his guitar with him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost as big as he is.
Yeah.
This is going to be the first, but we hope that he'll come back again, yeah.
Well, listen, I know you got to go back to school, and I really appreciate the parents who take time to, ferry their children back and forth to schools who are so accommodating. But students who, as much as we want to be absent from school for good reasons, we recognize that there's an expectation of what we have to do. So I really appreciate that. Anything else you want to share as you leave us with your inner thoughts, and I'm going to continue the convo in your absence, man?
I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Always a pleasure, man. Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you.
Have fun, man. Safe drive back, okay?
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
But, Miss Orr, that's the thing that, as Phoenix slips away, the idea that whether you are 15, 51, or 105, music can bring something, right? And as,
introduce young people like Phoenix.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite as accomplished as the Glenanangas and so on, but they still have this platform, an evening of music in the church on a Sunday evening.
Junior, with that in mind, the harp is that thing that we may have a perspective from religious ceremonies. I don't think very few would think of the harp and not think of David. Right? David Ebanks from Norris.
No.
For you, I mean,
You already say it. you know what he says? 105. I mean, look at me.
He did.
And now he's mentioned.
I thought he looked at me. Are you kidding?
And then he mentioned David, as I was David's teacher.
You mean you weren't?
No.
Hold on, I got notes here, David.
No.
It shows the linkage from the land of Eugenio. but there is a thing about the harp, right?
I mean, his experience with harp. I don't want to show off, but I come from, maybe this is not a moment, but I just want to mention that I'm from South America, Paraguay originally, and because I were born in a countryside of a third world country, according to certain country that do the judgment about what is the country first, second, or third. Anyway, so I'm from Paraguay, and I came here in very early 1990. And because of this piece of wood with the 37 nylon string, I got a chance to travel throughout the world. To be honest, it's about 37 countries so far.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm about to go to Little Cayman. I'm going to put a 38. And I can. The one thing I can say is, I'm blessed. That is blessed because Cayman Island took me as one of their own, and I can say I'm very well inside the community because just to let you know, this gentleman, Mr. Loxley, invited me maybe 25 years ago to Radio Cayman. And it was so bad my performance, so he said, go and practice. 25 years later, he called me back.
And I remember that because that was right after our performance in Las Vegas.
Oh, yes.
I mean, we came right after the flight. I think it would be Newton and Miss Loxley.
Yeah, well, I think I invited him in to one of the little Christmas to-dos that we had right in the studio.
Yes, yes.
And then I think he came down to the house a couple of times when we were doing some things down there, and he's very community oriented. Most people, all they got to do is say, "Come and play," and give him an apple, he'll play.
Yes.
but he also performs. I think, and you can tell them where you're currently performing on a nightly basis.
My original working place was the Wharf restaurant, where I still have some good connection with, and the new owners, and I do private party over there whenever they call me, and also Grand Ole House, Casanova restaurant, some major hotel. Just to mention that I did the grand opening of the Ritz-Carlton in 2005, December 15. I remember. And
see, you're not as old as you.
And 2 days later, I did the first wedding over there. And anyway, I played weddings all over Cayman and many, many countries.
Yeah.
And being part of the community, as I say, on this day, I do Casanova tonight, Pane and Pasta in Camana Bay 2 nights, and 2 nights in Tuca or Taca. Yeah.
North side or West Bay?
Eastern.
Eastern. Yeah. Eastern, yeah.
Ms. Orr, this evening of music, right? We heard earlier, as you were familiar with the Cayman Arts Festival having different venues, and some of them could be the Harquail, it could be a hotel, as they have in the past. It could be at the Baptist church, whether it's Kemas Baptist or First Baptist. So using those sanctuaries. And here, as part of your organizing the John Gray Memorial Church, you're having an opportunity for the church hall, the church sanctuary, the church congregation, but the wider community, Phoenixes, to the Eugenius, to all those. Music can bring us together. The venue can cement us. It can be ministry and music. And in that messaging, what we can find is this meaningfulness. And I think we need to embrace that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's for the church, I believe it is stepping a little bit out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
But given the success of the last 4 concerts, I think we're onto something that is really very much embraced by the community, the entire community, North Side, East End, Savannah, South Sound. We've had representation. As I look at the audience, I see many churches represented.
Yes.
So it is quite different
from
any of the other Cayman Arts. And we're not necessarily a part of Cayman Arts yet.
Yeah.
But yes, there are those similarities there.
And to you, Ms. Lochte, Benil, earlier we were chatting, and I'm consciously trying to make that connection because music, as Eugenia said, 200 countries now, I think I heard you say, include Little Cayman, that you've been to?
38.
I thought I heard you say 200.
Soon come.
Soon come. And the reason why I try to add a little levity there is that in music, 2 things. It's a language. It's connecting. It's universal. But music also, as I've heard it, I think again for the first time. And people are like, that's not possible. Yes, it is. Music does not need permission to enter your soul, your spirit, your mind. Music will come in. That faint song in that far off distance, you hear it unconsciously, and then you consciously hear it. We were trying to understand,
Well, you mentioned music, the universal language. Yes, music speaks to everybody, everywhere. And maybe the same piece of music may not speak to everybody, everywhere, but there's music for everybody's ears.
Yeah.
And it's all, how many was there? 7 notes. It's all within the basic 7 notes. And when you think about that, and you will hear just a little bit what Eugenio can do on the 37 strings and the 15 fingers that he's got to tickle those strings. I mean, you'll see what we're talking about.
And I appreciate you offering to do that, and whether we do it during the break to set it up at some point. It is, for me, as someone whose father tried to teach me the guitar, thankful. He said, but if you can hold bar chords, and you know the different notes, but for some reason the left hand holding the notes, the right hand doing the strumming, they want 2 different people who sounded better. They wouldn't connect.
I know.
Right? So it's not as easy as some make it to be like you, but it's not as hard as some like me struggle.
It's the inner soul.
Thank you. Is that?
I can say one thing, adding to whatever you say, is passion to me. I mean, music to me is all about passion. It's transmitting what you feel, and sometimes it's sort of, I don't want to say this, but sort of dangerous on the way that some people receive that. So you connected, as everybody agree on that, you connect with someone, and you have to be careful with what you transmit. And I know this by experience, because when I go into a restaurant and there's a couple or a family and I play for them and I transmit that emotion and that great feeling, it's sort of like you giving away a little bit part of your soul. And that money can buy. Not trying to talk about money, but it's saying when they receive that, you have to be in your 100% spiritually as well to connect and give that positive energy
right
away. Because if you are in the positive, I remember, not to mention, but when my mother died in Paraguay, and I was with her, God bless me that I spent 11 days one whole month, by 11 days when she was sick, and then she died. And she died on my way coming to Cayman, and I knew when she died. And I was so devastated, but yet, I was grateful for that moment I spent with her. So, you know what I did? I cried, of course I cried. Now, 2 days I didn't go anywhere. I didn't want to talk to anyone. But the third day I went like nothing happened. I was happiest guy on earth because that's what I'm gonna transmit, and I was in peace, which is very important.
Yeah.
Because what I'm gonna do is natural, is not in my hands. So I say, what you transmit is so powerful. Sometimes is no other area of the art is easy to transmit, and yet it's so like as soon you touch one string, the sound and it's gone, never to come back the same sound.
Yeah.
But it's out there somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, and that is it. That is what music is as I was trying to share. You are in a space, and for some reason, unconsciously, there is a sound, a musical note of sorts in a distance.
Yes.
And there are many times when you can only hear that despite all the noise around you. And it affects you. That's that spirituality of music. It's not that it's a Christian song or which. It's the spiritualness. And there's a difference.
It stirs up emotion.
Yes.
Immediately you can feel it. It's that emotion.
And it's so important, I think, that we have that when we assemble, to I guess accept the message and the ministry that music brings. I've been, in your presence, and thankfully with many of the entertainers as they perform, and you can tell when that soloist or whether that instrumentalist, that music is speaking to them with a passion.
Yes. And a lot of performers. I mean, if you look at some of the big performers, they close their eyes and they're into that music.
Yeah. You can see it when it's just going through the motions, or when they feel the thing.
Yeah.
Maybe after the break we can share more. You can tell us, Mr. about the evening, how we can remind us when. Mr. Eugenio. I gotta say, Mister. You're gonna perform for us, right?
A little bit? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. He looks at her like, yeah.
No, because
I'm messing with you.
No. The deal was with Aura that she's gonna sing along when I play. And now,
that's what I thought.
Deal.
Deal or no deal?
No deal with that one.
No, I listen. I second that motion. Let's see if we can encourage you. We can take the break, right? You can set up your instrument.
Absolutely.
Miss Aura, you get those pipes all prepared.
Well,
all right. She's a phenomenal songstress, right? And this is just a preview of what's going to happen on Sunday.
But it is interesting that my mother was a musician, and I never learned to play the piano because I was always the one singing. So everybody else in the house played piano. There had to be somebody sing, right? So I never learned to play or to sing. However, that was a long time ago.
Well, we'll see if we can revisit. Somehow we can. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, join us after the break. A preview of what will be on Sunday evening. Stay tuned for Talk Today.
Take some advice from your Aunt Angie. Don't lie on your resume. Because if you say you've got trapeze experience, someone might shoot you out of a cannon and expect you to do a gymnast routine while flying through the air at 82 miles an hour. And just because you want to land on your feet doesn't mean you will. But if you're smart, you'll have CG medical insurance, so you get the best coverage for the price.
Get the best coverage for the price. CG Brit-K. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin are the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Hey man, could it be you? Tortuga's 10K giveaway is back, and someone's walking away with $10,000 in cash. Every time you spend $25 at Tortuga, in-store or online at tortuga.ky, you get a shot at winning big. As well as $10,000 in cash, we've got thousands in giveaways to hand out every week. Think staycations, the latest iPhones, exclusive experiences, and more. Get in to win. Visit tortuga.ky for the full terms and conditions.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit caymanairways.com/cargo.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Hey, welcome back, and thank you very much for joining us in recognizing how many educators will use music, not just math, in music, not just music and math, but we have a chance to celebrate together. So we invite you to be a part of it. I'm honored that we have Mr. Loxler Banks, Mr. Hollabon, and that legendary harpist, Mr. Eugenio Leon, joining us. Ms. Ora, I think the audience is going to be blessed on Sunday evening, but even now.
Now.
What are we playing? What are we playing?
Sunday evening or right now?
Right now.
I'm not sure. What little?
Come on, you're supposed to be my manager. You don't know
what little snippet do you want to? El Condor Pasa or what?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
A little bit of that, and maybe
I can do
the Elvis
short
thing.
version of El Condor Pasa is only 28 minutes.
Yeah.
long. And El Condor Pasa, by the way, is an original song from the Andes, from South America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and so but then somehow it was anonymous. Someone trying to record
it actually, Simon and Garfunkel was down there performing, and they heard the melody, and they brought it back because they put it on one of their earlier albums.
Yes.
So that's where it got popularized on.
It made popular in the whole world by Simon and Garfunkel. Absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
They did the English version of it, and El Condor Pasa is the Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not trying to do my best.
So here's, ladies and gentlemen, here's the interpretation from the legendary Eugenio and Miss Ora.
I'm gonna do the Peruvian original way, sort of. Yeah. mistakes.
No mistakes.
I got
And you didn't lose a finger.
I got married twice.
You got those 15 fingers.
2 mistakes.
Ay.
I'm sorry.
That was wonderful. Thank
Are
you.
we on air?
No. We are. We're live.
We're live.
You thought I was just a performance? The rehearsal? No, we are live. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you
And,
for performing on Sunday.
Yeah. And this is
We look
where...
forward.
Wait, send me on Monday.
Have you performed at John Gray Memorial Church before?
Yes.
Oh, you did?
Many
okay.
times.
Yeah, I didn't know. So.
Yeah, the wedding, funeral.
Oh, okay.
My divorce is coming. No.
Well, we'll welcome you again on the 16th. That's Sunday.
I'm always grateful for any opportunity to learn, right? I'm always so appreciative of the notion that what music can do. And two things, certainly want to be respectful of your time, right? But first to Eugenia and then, of course, Ms. Orr. Watching you perform, just like what we were speaking to earlier, the idea that the performer brings a lot of passion and energy. People watching it might think you're just doing this. People who are able to appreciate because they themselves perform or they're this close. There's a lot of energy expended in the physical movement, but also the spiritual, right?
At the end of the night, believe me, it's a lot of people say, "Hey, you got the best life on earth." You just, have a little glass of wine, performing, get the attention of the girls. So, no, I'm sorry. It's it's then you go and sleep all day long. Believe me, it's not that easy. But I mean, I can't complain. I love what I do. That is the most important thing. I absolutely love what I do.
Yeah.
And it does enhance health, they say, good health.
It's supposed to, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
well.
And in Cayman Island, you can afford to get sick anyway, so.
We're still live, okay?
I'm sorry, it's forbidden.
Yeah, and the thing is that, as we celebrate now, as we promote now, as we invite Ms. Orr, the idea that music and the musician can go across many genres. For another time, but only because consciously I've been asked to look at music in a different light. The church hall or the concert hall. The musician who is the country singer attempting classical or the reggae artist who is going to do something. That gifted musician, who brings that passion. So for Sunday and those in attendance, what's the lineup looking like?
Well, we have a wonderful lineup, and always at the top of the list is Glenn and Anga, incomparable, and his young daughter, Catherine. She's going to do violin, Glenn piano. We have Karen Caffarelli. She has performed with CNCF. I think she's a cabaret singer I believe she's out of Chicago. She will be doing some Gershwin for us. She's a wonderful singer, wonderful performer. We have the United Church Choir in Savannah coming down to perform. They're going to be doing 2 songs. We have Langley Powery from Bosun Bay, right down in West Bay. He's going to be performing something with his guitar. And we have young Phoenix Singh, who was here in the studio with us a moment ago. And of course, Eugenia will be there. And we have John Gray Memorial Choir, and Abigail Parchment and Lizvani Cisneros. He's from Cuba. He's our music minister, and he's going to be doing a trombone solo. And Daphne Orrit will be there. Tariq Yunus is a new piano composer. I think he's relatively new on the island.
Japanese?
Yunus, his last name is Afana. Tariq Yunus Afana. He's a piano composer, lives in West Bay. I've met him. He's performed with CNCF before as well, Cayman Arts or something. And he's going to be doing one of his own compositions called Escape 3. And we also have the Cayman Islands folk singers, and I'm just going to say some little thing about them. They were formed in 2009, and I believe many many people in our audience know that. Excuse me. They were founded by the Cayman National Cultural Foundation. And, of course, their music has been dedicated primarily to preserving, celebrating, and propagating music traditions in the Cayman Islands. Tell a story of our history, our past, our culture. They're going to be performing also. This will be the first time we've had them, I think, in the sanctuary. They have performed in the hall before, but we're thrilled to have them. And it's going to be a very outstanding, as you can hear, lineup. And it's a fundraiser, so we're asking for a special donation to support the music in the church. It's an open offering, and refreshments are served after. So that's how it will look. And just to reflect a little bit on the theme of love, I think you'll notice that most of the songs have that sort of theme throughout them. And it seems like our minister, Reverend Rohan, does have a way of incorporating music and the theme. And I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and she says, I always look forward to the music, but after hearing your Reverend, the last event, which was just November, she says, I just want to get back there to hear what he's got to say about love and music. And so we have this wonderful lineup of artists, but also you can look forward to a spiritually uplifting, enlightening.
That's this Sunday evening, huh?
This Sunday evening, 16th. Just a few days from now, 16th at 6:30 p.m.
All right, Mr. Loxley. Whether we're looking at music in that sense, where increasingly, we have a perception that if it's in a certain arena, certain space, the music is expected. But to use our churches, whether the sanctuary or the hall, whether the congregation or the choir, those in attendance can have an appreciation of I say the spirituality, borrowing from what Eugenio shared, the passion that the musician brings as much as, that person who receives it.
Well, I think just looking at Eugenio and his 15 fingers, seeing him perform, will be a good manifestation of really getting into the music, and just hearing his what he gets out of those 37 strings, and his 15 fingers. It's
we can exchange glasses.
But you notice his eyes is closed all the time. He's playing. I don't know how he knows those 37 strings. but music just about transcends everything else, because I believe that most people really love some kind of music, be it classical, be it country, and
which country?
All country.
All country, and you talk about the country singers. Well, I can't say it about what you'd call the modern country singers over the last 25 years, but any concert that you went to, for any of the older ones, they always included they called it an inspirational song or a spiritual song. That was a part of their concerts. You didn't go to one that they didn't sing something religious.
It's interesting you share that, because consciously knowing our discussion is today, Tuesday, right? On Sunday evening, I tried to figure out how is music cutting across all genres, right? And I like classical, I like country, I like calypso. And consciously, I looked at a number of the country singers, just snippets of their concerts through time, and whether it's the Alan Jacksons or those earlier, but even the Elvis Presleys, they had that inspiration, that song. Now, I didn't watch the concert, I wasn't there when the concert, so I can't tell you that I'm not taking the context, but just going through their recordings, their lineup, whether visually and listen to the audio or just reading the actual account. It's documented.
Well, you mentioned Elvis Presley, and Elvis Presley had a very deep spiritual being about him. There's a story one time, and his one of the big producers around Nashville, Tony Brown. Yeah, he told a story. He was Elvis's pianist one time, or keyboard player. He said one time they were in this huge auditorium, and when they introduced Elvis, some really loud person got up and says, "Elvis is the king," and Elvis shot back, says, "No, Jesus Christ is the king."
Wow.
Yeah, I actually saw where it was written that he had shared, that he's in his best element when he's playing the gospel.
Well, he wanted to be a quartet singer.
Yeah.
In fact, I think he tried to kind of push his way into the Blackwood Brothers quartet, but and they accepted him, but Sam Phillips had turned him in the direction. But
I would say so.
But he never really got away from his spiritual roots. In fact, religious music on television back in 1954, up through 54, television only came into being right after the war, 47, 48. But there was very little religious music on television at that time, and you had the big variety shows, Ed Sullivan, you probably remember them, and Steve Allen and all, Milton Berle and all these. And I think Sullivan paid Elvis $50,000 to do 2 or 3 songs on 2 of his programs. And in the production, the production meetings, they said, well, and this was when the song Hound Dog was really just sweeping the airways. We want you to do Hound Dog, and what other one do you want to do? And he said, Peace in the Valley. They all sat back in the chair. They really was not familiar with Peace in the Valley. And they said, well, and when they finally realized that it was a religious song, they said, well, no, let's just do something else. He said, no. He said, if I can't do Peace in the Valley, I am not doing anything. And it revolved back to when he was leaving to go to this performance. His mother told him, said, make sure you do Peace in the Valley.
Yeah. And so with that, Ms. Orwell, I certainly appreciate the organization, the opportunity to share, and hopefully as we close our discussion, now you extend another invitation. I think Ms. Loxley, you can hang on with us afterwards if you want. We can chat more. But
no, I think
Hey, don't tell me you got lunch. You got a lunch.
I would just say something about, as I was listening to Loxley, my mind went back to what I experienced here in Cayman Islands as a kid. I think I left the island when I was a teenager, but long before that, the connection between Loxley's mom and my mom, they were very, very close friends and relatives. And music was such an important part of those days in the Cayman Islands. Remember, we had very little of anything else. Really not much.
Cows,
music was everything. And they would get together, have these little, I don't know what we'd call them, Loxley, but little get-togethers and events. It was all music. Yeah. And the church was a major part of that.
Yeah. I think lest we forget, Ms. Knox, that's what it was. It was that ministry, I keep saying, that idea that the church connected the community through fellowship, and oftentimes it was in music. And then, of course, the food and the fellowship that followed. But thank you.
Yeah, and I think when Reverend Bowman came, she organized a big band down there at the Pilgrim Holiness Church in West Bay, and someone who performed in this studio for Rupert Ackerman was a part of that band singing gospel.
Yeah, he came off the ark that time, right?
Huh?
He came off the ark that day, right?
We often do now visit to the Pines with Mr. Ackerman.
Yes.
Something that, again, through music, Ms. Ora, we can remind people that they're loved, appreciated, valued, but also present.
That's right. Brings us together.
Yes, well. So thank you very much, Ms. Ora.
Okay, 16th, that's Sunday. at 6:30 in John Gray Memorial Church, an evening of music. It's our 5th, and we're asking the public to support the event once again.
That is in West Bay.
90 minutes of music.
West Bay, yes.
West Bay.
West Bay, yeah.
Yeah, a sharp right at the four-way stop.
But only if you're coming from town.
Only if you're coming from town.
Okay.
Which you're coming from town, right?
No, police station.
Oh, no.
He's
close by. Anyway, 90 minutes of continuous music. It's going to be fun, and I think a spiritual blessing as well.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Ms. Doctor, thanks, Eugenio. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
wine, they say, makes the music sound better.
As you keep talking, and you closing this little Elvis.
All right, well, when we return, we invite you to join us. Stay tuned for some open line on Talk Today.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer. Social media, X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Interact with our talk shows on YouTube. Download our official Radio Cayman app, or you can log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky. You can also add us to WhatsApp
on 925-3261.
All the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Radio Cayman.
We give you honor and praise, adoration and glory.
Radio Cayman.
God Almighty, you are worthy to be praised.
Praise time.
Praise Him, praise Him. Come and let's praise the Lord. Come and let's praise the Lord. Praise Him in the morning and in the evening.
Praise time in the morning.
Praise Him, praise Him.
Weekdays 6 to 6:30 a.m.
Radio Cayman, waking you up.
Rock my soul in the blues of my faith in your hand. Rock my soul in the blues of my faith in your hand.
Praise time.
I know He cares. He'll always be there. Praise Him, praise Him. Praise Him.
Praise time.
Set your clock for 6 a.m. or you will miss it.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
On a daily basis, making it easy to connect with you, our listeners. Add us to WhatsApp today, 925-3261. That's 925-3261.
Radio Cayman.
Send a text or voice note.
Message us at 925-3261 on WhatsApp today and get active with Radio Cayman.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
Country
Classics.
Well, I was born to coal miner's daughter.
On the road again. They're gonna put me in the movies.
Papa Top again.
Out in the West Texas town of El Paso.
Because you're mine, I walk the line.
Well, I love the rain.
Country
Classics.
Young love, first love.
You never count your money when you're sitting at the table.
If you enjoy classic country music, come hang out with Radio Cayman this Saturday, 3:30 to 6 p.m.
In the Mississippi cotton picking Delta town.
This Saturday afternoon, following American Country Countdown, 3:30 to 6 on Radio Cayman.
Just walk on by. Wait on the corner.
Country
Classics.
This is the People's Radio Station. Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market.
I'm April Cummings with your latest headlines. A delivery driver is robbed and then attacked by dogs. Police say they were dispatched to the scene around 9 p.m. at Windsor Park in Georgetown. The man was delivering food when two men assaulted him. Dogs in the area attacked him, but he managed to get away and call for help. If you have information, contact the Georgetown Police Station at 949-4222. In international headlines, BBC is reporting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said the ceasefire in Gaza will end and the Israeli military will return to intense fighting until Hamas is finally defeated if the group does not free the hostages from Gaza by noon on Saturday. It is not clear from his statement how many of those hostages he is demanding are released. So far, 16 Israeli hostages have been freed in exchange for hundreds of Palestinian prisoners held in Israeli jails since the 19th of January. Hamas has also handed over 5 Thai hostages. The UK and US refused to sign an international agreement on artificial intelligence at a global summit in Paris. The statement, signed by dozens of countries, including France, China, and India, pledges an open, inclusive, and ethical approach to the technology's development. In a brief statement, the UK government said it has not been able to add its name to it because of concerns about national security and global governance. Earlier, US President J.D. Vance told delegates in Paris that too much regulation of artificial intelligence could, quote, kill a transformative industry just as it's taking off. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Hey, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. It's just an opportunity to, look and appreciate where we are. And if you heard our headline news just then, had a quick chat with someone off air just immediately before coming back on, and asking if, in the midst of all the positive celebrations and the notion of the musical interludes that may be within our society, there's still a need to speak consciously. The fellow didn't want it to sound negative, but he says we need to have a recognition about what is happening in our society relative to the continued safety and stability of all and sunder. And even though it was an abbreviated conversation, when I asked him, well, what do you want me to say? What is it you want to share? The invitation to him, as to many, call in and start the conversation. Share your comment. Express your concerns. And as he will acknowledge, there is a reluctance for many reasons, not least of which is that people may hear who's saying what and fail to appreciate that it isn't who is saying it, is the expression of concern as to what is being said. The growing notion that people are feeling unsafe, people are not able to move about the communities, and he gave us two very obvious examples that are being ignored. He said, have you noticed the amount of litter in our streets, along the sidewalks, in public places, as well as those that we may think are out of sight? And the conversations that people are having, whether they're new to you, whether they're, those familiar faces. He gave us an example that he referenced me to of a conversation that we had not long ago. Now, I did not stay in that discussion for long because there were other things to do, like work, and I had to get back to it. But, he said, the guy hadn't been here that long, and he said, in Cayman, it seems to be this willingness for people to perhaps look and do things that he thought wasn't, and on the phrase he used, Cayman kind. That obviously engendered another conversation, at which time I thought was an opportune time to leave. But the premise of the whole concept was it's a changed society. The level of personal safety, the increased criminal activity, the consciousness of some to say, well, that's the price of progress. Well, is it? So let me ask, are we looking at a Cayman and seeing what's unfolding? Is it these individuals, and this one in particular, because of my perception of him, his constant and consistent involvement in our country, whether through his church or other civic endeavors, his at one time coaching of our young people, and that willingness to participate, he has expressed that maybe it's because you get to a certain age, you had a chance to live a number of decades, and maybe you've seen a thing or two, as he would say. Is that what it is that he's becoming very concerned about? The continued stability, the economic, the political, but the social stability. What is transpiring in her country? Well, with that, I want to ask you, is there, as he expressed, a growing fear of these things happening? Or is it, as many have said, oh, that's isolated, that's them over there doing that? Let's take this call. Hey, welcome. Thanks for sharing.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Sterling.
And to you, how are you today?
Not too bad.
Well, I hope that before our conversation is concluded that you will be a whole lot better and in a whole lot better spirits and ready to give us of that wonderful energy and positivity that is you.
Exactly. Boy. I heard you talking about garbage, but I didn't call you for that because everybody knows we got a garbage problem, and it seems like we're just going on deaf ears. And when it's going to be coming off of deaf ears, we don't know until we start to do something crazy. But anyhow, Mr. Sterling, the cruise ship. We got 3 cruise ships in today.
I counted 4.
4?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know. Probably 3 or 4.
I saw 4. I'm pretty sure.
3 tomorrow. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You got to keep your eyes on the road too. You see.
Well,
I think it's,
that was the benefit of,
tomorrow.
you know. Uh-huh.
But Sterling,
Mm-hmm.
the taxis have a dispatch counter. I mean, grounds that you go to,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the majority of the time of the week they're pulling at 6 o'clock. So that means everybody's coming from east and west got to be in town by at least 5:30, 5:45 to get a parking space, as well as be there for the 6 o'clock when the gate closed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Sterling, I know everyone that is in this taxi business needs to make money, but Sterling, sometimes how you make your money by overriding other people, it is not right. I just want to say this. Okay, these, including myself when I finish school, go to the compound, wait gracefully until it's your turn to go downtown, to North or Royal, wherever they send you.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got people who's working on the street that doesn't come to the compound. And this was Mr. Brian White some time ago. Everybody needs to eat. I agree with that. But if everybody needs to eat from tourism, they should follow the rules and regulations that the public transport and tourism to have. You understand? So you don't encourage your people, to come and use the street when you know there's a holding ground there, and you didn't come to the holding ground. But people who went to the holding ground, sometimes they get down, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they make a couple dollars, sometimes they don't. So I want to say, I think it's really 4 ships down there. If people think because there's 4 cruise ships in, that there's a pile of buku money being made, and that it's coming for the taxes. Now the pre-book, they are walking away handful. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not grudging them or nothing, okay? I'm just talking in general.
Mm-hmm.
Their money is guaranteed on the ship. When they book their stuff on the cruise ship, all they got to do is come off, walk with whoever going to walk them to their bus, and they go about their business. Okay? Now, who goes to the holding ground and who walk on the street? God, it's a survival situation. Mm-hmm. Survival, and I mean survival. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And to know that these guys already got their money in their hand, everything's already organized for them. Those guys is who parking at the Royal Pier to pick up their pre-booked people. Okay? And then those are the holding ground. They've been out there from 5:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and probably first go down would be like 7 o'clock, 7:30, depending on the time of day, 1 hour ahead of us. It would be a little bit earlier. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And to see that they can only send so many tour buses from the compound and so many taxis from the compound to go down to Royal. They do the filtering from North Terminal into Royal. Sometimes they would just make what North got a hole, then send the other set down to Royal. But 99.9% of the time they are depending on sending you from North to Royal, North to Royal, North to Royal. It's like what do you call it now? Like the holding ground, like you got to go there and wait until now they want more taxis at the Royal, and then who's there would go down slowly, and then they'll send back up to the compound to get more taxis to full filter that spot that just got half empty.
Mm-hmm.
So now the time that you're going to take to come down from up here by HQ department in the traffic and come down through the only road you could see is Shaden Road. And the traffic are bumper to bumper coming down there and coming left and right on the main street. You don't have one police officer there to help direct traffic, and you got seniors who are trying to cross the street. They can barely walk, some of those people. I feel sorry for them. You don't have one police officer down there. Got them down by the Royal Pier, but nothing up by Shaden Road and nothing over there by the Kirk's Mall. Sterling is not what you're doing, that's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
If you can protect one set of people, try to protect everybody because they all come on the cruise ship. That is just like saying, we want high-end visitors to come to this island and spend money. So when the high-end come then in the poor people mix with the high-end, we got to put the poor people one side and make them fight across the street and then bring the high-end ones across safely? I don't think so. I don't think so. You know? Anyhow, Sterling, to say all that to say this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who's going to be billing pay for. Because it ain't going to be for the ones that in the taxi business right now. And those 4 ships out there, I went there this morning after when I got off my job. And I did three small trips and made $60 US. $60 US, right? I'm a small man. I enjoy my small man car. But the fact of the matter is, it just don't work out good because I left people there earlier trying to get a tour. And they haven't got anything for the day yet. This is about an hour ago. I left them over there trying to get a tour. I don't know if they get anything because after a certain hour, the boats start, less and less people start coming on shore. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And you got a lot of them going back onto the boats. But I don't know who they're planning on building a pier for and what we're going to gain from this pier. How we're going to gain from this pier as a taxi driver. But I feel that the public transport needs to come out here. If they can't come, they hire people to see what is going down, to see how they can do this taxi business a whole lot better than it is right now. Because let me tell you something. You're a licensed beggar out there. You are licensed to come out there to beg to get someone in your car when the other ones are pre-booked from the boat and they go straight to their bus and go about their merry way. We can't stop them from going where they want to go. So I'm saying is, Sterling, this pre-booking is on the boats. That shouldn't be, but I know not going to stop. They should only do a percentage of booking and let the rest come on land. Because right now, I understand they got 50 odd new taxis coming out to join what's out here now. And where we going to put them, I don't know. But I'm looking to see war in the taxi business sooner or later. Sooner or later. Sterling, a friend of mine told me that when the rain came back and, some kids came in onto the island. And they said that they were so appalled to see how the immigration and customs was letting, I'm going to speak it as raw, letting the white folks right through. And the poor little black boys, black girls, they are being stopped and questioned and searched, coming from school. Sterling is not what you do, it's how you do it,
Yeah. Well,
students coming back to the island.
Mm-hmm.
I met a man some time ago. He had one suitcase there that was so heavy, it was unbelievable. I said, sir, what you got in the suitcase? He said, oh, this is my wine from my condo. I said, well, did you pay duties on this? He said, oh, no, I didn't. He said, he walked right through. It was no question.
Yep. Well, thank you for sharing that, okay?
Alrighty.
All right. Have a good afternoon.
You too.
All right. Take care. Thanks. We'll pause, final break, and then we come back. We'll close it early. So stay tuned for Talk Today.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning.
Ouch!
When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit caymanairways.com/cargo.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Vendors. Last call for vendors for Grand Cayman's biggest one-day family fun day. The 56th Annual Agriculture Show. Position your business and products in front of tens of thousands of people in one day at the Stacy Watler Agriculture Pavilion in Lower Valley. Ash Wednesday, March 5th. Contact Kelly Holding on 623-8822 to book your vendor stall today. The 56th Annual Agriculture Show. Ash Wednesday, March 5th.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
You're welcome back, and thanks for joining us, and invite you to be a part of the discussion if you wish. 949-8037, 949-6990. You can WhatsApp call if you choose as well. 925-3261. You can call toll free at 1-800-534-TALK. The flow toll free number 1-800-534-8255. And to the last caller's comments, a consistent commentary in relation to what she sees transpiring in the community, from the constant litter about the streets to the questioning as to, the pace and the stage of our development. The notion that through our actions, whether deliberate or otherwise, could be dividing us, should cause us to at least stop and question. And then her last comment, people are seemingly able to go through, border control, customs, immigration, and the like. And for some, we've heard the allegations many times where people, justifiably or not, would share their perception of seeing in their minds organized business owners, or they would be vendors who would come through and seemingly haven't paid, or seemingly declaring. That may not be the case. I have absolute confidence in our team at our customs and revenue section. But there's also that perception. And then her last one that is perhaps even more concerning, where some may say, because of their very astute observation, others maybe their malicious intent, that there are those who would come through, maybe because of ethnicity and skin color, maybe the perception of who they are and the like. They can be treated one way and others another. Well, the latest comments is fair is fair, should apply across the board. Goes back to my quick conversation with the gentleman just after the headlines at 2. During the news break, he said, we're growingly divided. He's concerned about the things that are happening in our community. I think that his view seriously could lead to a destabilizing effect. It's not the fiscal sort of practices of government, the financial woes of businesses or the individual. It's that sense that the community is being divided, and it's leading to a sense of growing, safety issues. We're feeling unsafe as we move about. There are people who would share and repeat even without, any evidence, but it's the perception which informs the reality, which causes and brings about the consequences. He's saying, are we getting to a space where we are increasingly becoming, at least perceived to be becoming, more and more unsafe? is that happening? And if so, are we acknowledging it? And if so, are we prepared to address it? And if so, how? It's not about political pundits saying it can be tough on crime. It's not allocation of greater resources, whether that is in the form of money to acquire equipment or personnel. So the community, in his view, saying, this isn't what we're about, and this is not what we want relative to all who live and work and visit. Let's take this next call. Hey, welcome. Thanks for sharing.
Hey, Mr. Sterling, today.
And to you, a wonderful welcome, my friend. How are you today?
Man, I'm thankful.
I can hear that, man, and you always remind us to be. Thank you.
I don't believe in any such thing as racism, I think it's a load of garbage.
I wish more of us would recognize that we are more alike and let us not be divided by color, creed, religion, or, other things that we may look at as different, because we are more alike. So hopefully we'll take a page from you, all right?
Mr. Sterling, I see where, it depends sometimes on the person and the way that they act sometimes.
Yeah.
The special treatment that they get.
Their attitude, their character, right?
Yeah. I do not believe it have anything to do with skin color. I don't believe in racism. I think it's a load of garbage.
Yeah. But sadly, though, there are people. Well, before I say that, my apologies. Why do you hold the view you do? Why do you have that view?
Mr. Sterling, I've dealt with the rich, the poor, the in-between, and all colors, all races. And I had a wonderful time with so many different people. And, people from a lot of different countries, all different complexions. And I was treated very, very, very well.
As you should be. Yes, that's good.
Right. But I decided to approach people with a good afternoon and good day and how are you today and et cetera, et cetera. And that has a lot to do with the way you treat.
Why do you think people are the way they are? Some people look at others like you, and it doesn't matter who they are, where they're from, you're just a wonderful person and you welcome and love all. Then there are those who, for whatever reason, they look at others, and if they're different, maybe it's where they're from, how tall or not, their skin color, I don't know, different things, and they dislike them because of, perhaps in their minds, they're different. Is that what it is? What do you think is that?
I've been doing some studies, your rowdy behavior, it sort of brings on a reaction that is not the best. And when you got a frown on your face too and all that sort of stuff, it's not good.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say to you that despite how important what you shared, because I just want to take this final call because we're going to exit on time, maybe what you said could cause us to think about our own behaviors, huh? And not us, looking at people and dividing. Let's look at people uniting. All right?
That's right.
Yeah, man. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, our final quick call as we exit on time. Welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. Very thankful. And you?
I'm doing fine, and I realize time is not on my side, but I also agree with the last gentleman talking about this color thing. To me, if you look around, and I don't like to call people names, but look at, he was a friend of mine, Biggie Rankin. I remember when he started La Fontaine, the hanging sheet rock. Look where they are today. While people was talking about the color, the gentleman was getting on with his life and getting on with his work. Okay? All I would say on to that now, forget about that. Another thing that comes to my mind, you see when it comes to Sunday? Sunday should be a day of, not because you're a Sunday keeper, but a day of relaxation. Low profile. There should not be any heavy metal on Sunday, meaning backhoes and construction and lawnmowers. Sunday should be a day of relaxation and peace and tranquility in this island. That would send a message to all of the people who think that Cayman is just another number. So I'll get on with it, some more another day. But I just thought I would put in that little piece on top of you.
Well, thank you for listening and taking that time to share your thoughts, all right?
Good then. Have a good one.
You too, sir. And to the last two callers, their points are salient. Let's not be divided because of color. Let's not look at people and discriminate against them. Let's see if we can help them. Let's also ensure that our actions don't cause others, to experience negative and unwanted, sometimes unintended consequences. And to the last caller, as he said, it's not just about religion, and specifically he emphasized it is not. It's maybe about a cultural and historical context, but also the importance of having some downtime, some quiet. After Ivan, we seemingly accepted the justification that people were going to have to get back to rebuilding their lives. So every day, all day long, we were able to proceed. Now that's become maybe the accepted norm. So every day, any day, from the Sunday to the public holiday to the late into the evening, not the person helping him or herself, but they paid work in order to get the contract completed on time, the construction on the way. That incessant noise could be leading to a civil unrest, mentally and physically. So let's rethink that. And it's only when the country decides where it's going, it's only when there's a consciousness in the citizens and a willingness to accept certain things that it becomes in the home. Well, more to talk about, God's willing, tomorrow, and we invite you to join Mr. Art in the morning for the record, be a part of that. Continuing dialogue, education, and information. And then, of course, we invite you to come back for talk today. Please have a safe, wonderful, and blessed afternoon.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.